Hello everyone. I am here with the new topic of class 11th, subject accounts and chapter 2nd, fundamental of accounting. Our today's topic is basic assumptions of accounting. But understand before understanding the assumptions of accounting, we will talk about the classification or types of accounting principles. Accounting principles must have many names like concepts, conventions, assumptions and postulates, and this can be classified into following parts. First is basic assumptions of accounting and the second is basic principles of accounting. So our today's topic is basic assumptions of accounting. So these assumptions are the foundation of systematic and proper accounting, and every business enterprises must adopt those assumptions, which is known as the pillars of every business organization. So let us understand the what is the assumptions of accounting. First assumption is business entity or a separate entity concept. Business entity or a separate entity concept means business and businessmen should be treated as separate entities at the time of recording business transactions in the books of accounting. Means a businessman start our new business and they introduce some kind of cash, assets and stock. So business treated this type of cash, assets and stock treated as a liability, and so the business and the businessman having a separate entity means business is separate and businessman is separate entity, having a separate entity, and the businessman introduces some kind of assets, goods or cash. It is called as a capital of the business, and this capital treated as a liability of the business, and after some time the business time to time paid this type of liability to the businessman. Similarly, when the owners takes away from the business some cash or goods for our personal use, that it is not treated as a business expenses, it is called as drawing. And the businessman also give this type of, which is withdraw some cash or goods for our personal use, which is paid to the business after some time with the interest on drawing. So the business and the businessman having a separate entity concept. For example, Mr. X started a business for rupees 5 lakh and he purchased the goods 1 lakh, furniture 1,50,000, machinery 1,30,000 and a 1,20,000 remain in hand. These are the assets of the business and not of the owner. Means 5 lakh rupees introduced in the some kind of assets, furniture, stock and cash in hand, but these all are not all are not of the owner. All of these are the business assets. So according to the business entity concept, rupees 5 lakh will be treated by business as a capital. Now next concept is assumption is money measurement concept. Money measurement concept means every business transaction which is measured in term of money which is recorded in the accounting books. The example which is not measured in term of money which is not recorded in the books of account. And money measurement concept refers to that type of concept which is recorded only quantitative elements or items, which is not recorded the quantitative quantitative concept can be recorded, but qualitative concept items cannot be recorded in this concept. Like in these assumptions, like employees skill level, honesty of employees, working condition of employees working conditions, and appointment of a manager. This type of items which is not recorded in accounting books, but this type of concept, but this type of um, activities business they have an impact on higher revenue, expenses, assets, or liabilities of the business concern. So money measurement concept refers to that type of concept which is only transaction which is measured in term of money. Only that type of transactions we record in our accounting books. Means, for example, you purchased 20 tables against rupees 5,000. You can record it in the books of account. But your friend give you 5 tables in your business use, not for not against money. That this type of transaction is not a money measurement transaction. So this type of transaction we cannot record the accounting books. Now third one is going concern concept. Going concern concept in a simple way, till the end of the business every business activities run. Means as per this assumption the business will exist for a long and indefinite period, and the transactions are recorded from this point of view that business entity will remain for a long time. Means only one type of transactions cannot be called a going concern concept. When your business is a going for a long period, that these assumptions can be called as a going concern concept. On the basis of this assumptions, all transactions related to the purchase of fixed assets and expenses we can record in accounting books. Now next one is accounting period transaction. This concept is based on going concern concept, and as per going concern concept the life of the business is considered to be indefinite with connection of accounting period. So we can take two types of accounting period. First is financial year, which is started 1st April to 31st March, and another is calendar year, means 1st January to 31st December. So these two types of accounting period, in this period where the businessman and prepare our financial accounting to know our financial position, means to know our profit or loss, or our financial state financial position of our business organization. So according to the Income Tax Act, to adopt a financial year as an accounting year is compulsory. Means in our India we adopt a financial year to prepare a financial statement, not a calendar year. So that is the basic assumptions of accounting, which is the 4 pillars of every business organization. Thank you.